Alright, let's get right into game two as Cyclone GG looks to answer back after what was considered a pretty easy stomp for Paradigm here. Sorry, let me mute that audio real quick. But Paradigm seemed to really have a handle on Cyclone GG this last game. Not really any competition at all, to be honest. So we are going to see how Cyclone is going to answer back to this, and hopefully we'll get a good game out of it. The first ban is going to be Ao Kuang. Again, always a very, very solid ban. A very late game oriented jungler. If you get him ahead early, then the enemy team is going to have a hard time adjusting to that magical pressure out of the jungle. Fafnir, again, he was picked once today, so that ends his 100% banned streak. But he is going to get banned away in this game right here. And then Hou Yi and Nemesis, just very strong late game gods, really able to single out. Both of these gods are really able to single out a enemy god, whether it's just getting rid of all their protections on the side of Nemesis, or Hou Yi just boxing them and killing them in a matter of seconds. Susano is going to be the first pick for Cyclone. Oftentimes when Susano is left open, we will see him first picked, but he is not banned very often, as teams really don't value him as much as I think a lot of us thought we would, or as much as we thought SPL teams would when he was released. Erlang Shen and Vulcan going to be picked up. Just two very solid picks right now. After that buff Vulcan received, he has seen a lot more screen time than he ever has in the past, with that extra movement speed that he gets for landing his abilities. And his abilities aren't the hardest things in the world to land. Erlang Shen, of course, the newest god to the SPL scene. He is very high pressure in the solo lane, and as the Fenrir gets locked in here, that will confirm that Erlang Shen will be in the jungle, and for the most part. I could see Trixtank taking this into the support role, but I'm not quite sure if that's what he wants to do. We have not seen that yet. We've seen Erlang Shen in the jungle and in the solo lane, obviously, but other than that, we haven't really seen him anywhere else. Bellona and Raijin are going to get locked in on the side of Cyclone GG. Bellona, also a very good solo lane god with early aggression, and of course everyone knows Raijin's good burst potential. The second set of bans are coming through here, and Bacchus and Geb are going to get taken away from Cyclone, and these are targets at Kalos, the support for Cyclone. Paradigm are going to be the team that knows Kalos the best, probably, mostly because they played with him at DreamHack. So they're going to know what gods he's good at and what gods he's going to want to play in certain situations. Freya and Guan Yu are going to get taken away from Paradigm. Both very good gods in the hands of Funball and Trixtank, specifically in the duo lane. Athena and Anhur are going to round out the Cyclone GG composition, and this is going to be a very, very big team fight oriented team coming out of Cyclone GG. We won't really be seeing a lot of picks or a lot of 1v1s necessarily outside of the Bellona and Erlang Shen. Those two will be going at it, of course. But Raven is going to be locked in. So it does look like Erlang Shen might go into the support role here. We might see the Kronos Erlang Shen duo lane. And I'm really interested to see how this pans out, because even as a warrior, Erlang Shen has a lot of CC. And on top of that, he has a lot of damage potential. He has the potential to walk you down. And we will see Trixtank on the Erlang Shen. This is going to be a very interesting game. He does have Wrath, so we could see a little cheeky invade coming out from Trixtank. We know some people like to do this, specifically Suntouch would play Bacchus with Wrath, and he would jump in, belly flop, and steal the buff and leave. So we could see something, a variation of that sort, right here on Trixtank, and it looks like it's going to happen. I'm interested to see what ability he gets. I'm assuming he'll get 72 transformations and use the turtle to knock them up so he can steal the buff. But they don't have any wards on the left side of the map on their buffs, so they have no idea that this is coming. He did walk through the lane, so he did not get caught by any wards at all. They're starting the buff, and they still don't see him. They see him now. He's right here, and they are just not. They're starting to attack him a little bit. He gets the buff, and there he goes. He turtles out. He gets the shield, and they really do not have anything to chase. So that is a free buff for Trixtank, and that is automatically going to put them up 100 gold. And he's going to meet up with Funballer right here to take these boars, and they will go right into the dual lane, already up about half of a level. So they're going to hit level 2 right here, but so are Cyclone GG. So there is not going to be much. Trixtank is going to get his 1 at level 2, which is a bit curious why he would not get the pin, but he is going to. No, he was looking to rotate a little bit early, but he decided against it. Now it looks like both of the mids went to Cyclone GG. Or no, it looks like they split the back camps because there is a 200 gold lead now. Trixtank delivering a little bit of poke. You're going to see what looks like a bait out of Trixtank, actually. He is going to be walking around in the jungle. He's going to fake a rotation, but he is just going to walk in and soak up the rest of this wave. This could potentially be first blood. He hits the pin, and this is definitely going to be first blood. Maybe? Trixtank is going to hit the autos, but is it enough? He taunts, and that is surely what led him to die. Knockback is good to get Funball out of the fight, but Trixtank is still going, and that is kill number 2. That is first and second blood for Paradigm, going the way of Trix and Funball, respectively. Now let's move into the solo lane, as Deathwalker is getting poked out severely by Xaylia, and that is to be expected. Again, Raven is a very good lane dominator. He does not really have any losing matchups. Potentially Osiris, but for the most part, Raven is just going to win lane. But Bellona is going to do just a little bit more in the late game. She gives protection. She has a big AoE protection, team protection ability in her ultimate, which is also a stun, along with a disarm, and she just has a lot more utilization than a Raven would in big team fights. Ice Baby is going to get poked out by Xaylia over those elementals. Xaylia is just going to walk him down. No fear coming out of the solo lane. Raven. As Cuvo Fred also has no fear. He is going to invade these back right boars, but he decides against it, as he does get the Raijin pointed out to him. But here is the gank on to Deathwalker. Good ultimate from Deathwalker to almost catch off Cuvo Fred, and this could be bad for Paradigm. Athena's coming in, destroys Cuvo Fred with the Defender of Olympus, and Xaylia is going to get help from his teammates, and he is going to get Deathwalker with the help of Lobster, and Cyclone is just going to have to retreat. That is a 1-for-1 trade. Not horrible, but they do get Xaylia ahead, which is just going to make Xaylia's early game even better. Trixtank is going to get poked out. He is going to pop the ultimate, so he should survive this. But no, he's going to get bursted down before the heal even comes out. Wolfie with the clutch ultimate to stop the heal and the life of Trixtank, sending him back to the base. And here comes Cyclone GG taking these right mids, and that is going to help them catch up a little bit. Ice Baby just going to go and get his speed buff and also help Deathwalker with his blue, as the same thing will be happening with Paradigm, Cuvo Fred, and Xaylia taking their own blue buff. Now we do see Trixtank and Kalas have now rotated back into the mid lane, split these waves, let their ADC solo farm just a little bit, and ultimately that is going to work out better for Funballer in the long run. Kronos, once he hits that 4th or 5th item, once he starts getting more items online, he will be able to start running down these enemies with his 2. That gives him the Hasten Fatalis effect, and he will really be able to start gas pedaling these enemies down with his auto attacks. Now, Anhur should potentially have control of that lane for the time being. But again, once the build starts to get underway and Funballer starts racking up that XP, that could be bad news for NBK. They want to go for the Gold Fury, but it is spotted out immediately by Ice Ice Baby. And the turret is still attacking the Gold Fury, but no one is there to pull it. We will see all three of them go into the mid lane and meet up with the respective three players on Cyclone GG, Wolfie, Kalas, and Ice Ice Baby. Again, Deathwalker getting bullied out of this lane by Xaylia. Looks like he's having a pretty easy time despite... he is going to send Deathwalker back, but it doesn't look like it's going to be free either. Xaylia is going to stop his back just to mess with him a little bit. And those are the kind of mind games that the solo laners like to play. You like to get into each other's heads, kind of annoy each other, get each other a little bit riled up. And the cripple from Trickstank is going to be good to get some poke damage off to NPK. But Cuvo Fred is there to get the kill, but he doesn't get the kill and instead gets taken down by Ice Ice Baby. Athena's going to ult in onto Susano. Not really necessary, but it is going to get Kalas into that team fight if there was one, if there was any follow-up. And Lobster is going to see the Athena on the ward, and that will not be a kill. Oh, it could be a kill. Wolfie hitting 3, 4 of the Taiko drums, kills Lobster outright. Great ultimate from Wolfie. And Wolfie is a player that we have seen time and time again in the Challenger Cup, actually playing on Team Astro, if I'm not mistaken. And he, shoutouts to Rapio. You know, shoutouts to Rapio. If you're watching this, shoutouts to you, bro. Shoutouts to Team Astro. But it is great to finally see him in the SPL, and plays like that are what is going to keep his name at the top. And a little bit of a gank coming out from Susano. But nothing is going to come of it. The immunity and the root from Xaylia were just too good and stopped the aggression completely. And they're just going to go back to farming buffs. And we'll see. Cyclone get those left mids for free. Completely uncontested by Paradigm, and that is alright. Paradigm has a lead, and they don't need to... take any bad fights to risk that lead right now. So if they need to give up a mid camp or two, that's completely fine. Not too much to worry about. Cyclone is down by about 400 gold, which honestly is not that much. They were down a little bit more, but they have been making quite a comeback right now. This game is already looking a lot closer than the last game. If you guys saw the last game, it was pretty much a stomp on the side of Paradigm. They really did a good job at shutting down what Cyclone wanted to do in that game. And it looks like Ice Ice Baby could be going for a gank onto the right side, but he's going to opt against it as he's just going to go get those elementals. But it is going to get called out that Paradigm is going to do the Gold Fury, and they're going to get it for free as soon as they see Susano go over into that right side of the map. The Wrath and the Vulcan ultimate were just way too much to contest, so Cyclone has to just give that up for free, and that is just the very good objective control that Paradigm has in this team comp right now. And Xaylia gets a solo kill onto Deathwalker, and that is bad news. That is going to put Deathwalker very far behind. And it is going to push Paradigm over the 2,000 gold lead mark. It is going to drop right back down as soon as I say that, of course, but it goes right back up. But now Xaylia is 2 levels ahead. Or no, he's not 2 levels ahead, but he is 2 levels ahead of Ice Ice Baby. So this could be dangerous for Ice Ice Baby, but he is going to get out. Deathwalker is 1,100 gold behind Xaylia right now, which is bad news for sure. As Xaylia is actually taking a 2-on-1 fight in this solo lane, and Xaylia is going to get credit for the kill on Ice Ice Baby as Cuvo Fred comes to help out. Athena is going to ult over, and this is a very good fight for Paradigm. Trixtank is keeping Wolfie busy, but Cuvo Fred is going to have to ult out, and he could die to these War Drums, but Wolfie is in a bad position now as everyone turns on to him. Xaylia is about to die, but he backhand flips out, but Deathwalker is there with the ultimate to land on him and collect that kill. Lobster's trying to chase down Deathwalker, but it looks like this fight is going to be over. And that is a 2-for-2 trade. I think it was a 2-for-2 trade. Ultimately, that is good for Paradigm, though, because they did end up getting that Tier 1 tower. So, in the long run, that is very good. Lobster is not able to secure that steal, but he was pretty close. Ice Ice Baby is going to say, thank you very much for taking my buff for me. I will go ahead and pick that up. Now, Funball does have a level lead on NBK right now. And that is mostly just because of that early level 2 kill, or that early level 3 kill that Funball had. And it looks like he's just been able to completely bully him out of this lane. He has a 1,000 gold lead on him. And Funball is using that sustain that Kronos has so very well in his favor to stop Anhur. Anhur has no lifesteal quite yet. Funball does. He does have that tiny trinket, but he also has the heal on his time passive. So that Trixtank is just going to get obliterated with no follow-up from Funball. A little bit of miscommunication right there. Funball was not really ready to fight that, and Trixtank was probably saying, go, 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 but Funball was saying, no, no, no. And we are going to see Trixtank get picked right there. Does blow the ultimate as well. And it looks like Trixtank is going to go into a Magi's Blessing right here, which could be very good. We do see a lot of CC from Cyclone right here, but with the Athena taunt, with the amount of CC that they have, it is going to be very easy to pop that Magi's Blessing bubble. So until the team fights happen, I think Trixtank is going to have to be very careful with how he positions himself, because if he does get CC'd with something like Athena taunt or the Mesmerize on Raijin's Thunder Crash, we could see that bubble just being popped for nothing, and ultimately affecting otherwise a very good passive. But Trixtank is going to get aggressive right here. He's not going to. The pin is not good, but there's the Vulcan ult, and that is going to chunk Wolfie's health. He is going to dash over the wall, and that is going to get him out completely. As Xaylia goes down here in the meantime, 2-on-1. Not sure what that was about, but a little bit of over-aggression from Xaylia. Kind of getting into his head a little bit, the lead he had, but now Deathwalker is ahead in levels. Still down about 500 gold, but that is to be expected when Paradigm has this Gold Fury and has really had map control for most of this game. But Deathwalker does now have the level advantage, which is very good for him. He is probably, other than Wolfie, he is probably the... No, Wolfie is behind as well. So Deathwalker... Cyclone should really look to Deathwalker right now to sort of abuse this lead that he has over Xaylia right now, and sort of try and bring his team back into this. They are down about 2,000 gold, and he is going to get poked out, however, but he will have that teleport if a fight breaks out. So not too much to worry about right there. And there is actually a Mystical Mail, which is something that we don't typically see that often out of anybody anymore. We really typically don't see Mystical Mail picked up often at all anymore. And I'm assuming that's just to take care of things like the Vulcan turret. Just to take out that Vulcan turret just a little bit quicker. And ultimately, a lot of potential poke damage, and Trix's turtle is going to get dashed out or canceled out, and he is going to ult in response, but no follow-up on that. So that is going to be one ultimate down for this next team fight. Cyclone should be looking to pick up Trixtank right here without the ultimate. He doesn't have that burst heal, And Kalas is going to go down right off the bat, but a huge knockup from Ice Ice Baby. Wolfie is going to ult in response as well, but Xaylia is going to dive right on top of Wolfie, single him out, and he will go down. Deathwalker is going to ult in place on a Funballer, and the ult was good, but Funballer is going to rewind and continue the aggression onto these, onto the mid-end ADC, NBK, and Ice Ice Baby. Funballer going to creep around, waiting for NBK to come back, but he is going to walk away as NBK. He's going to let NBK get those boars and go back to lane. Very good pick for Paradigm. 2 kills instead. 2 kills to 0, or 1 kill to 0. Actually, I'm sorry. Xaylia is still sitting at the top of the damage charts, and that is just mostly from all the damage. All the boxing that they have done in the solo lane, and how many times he has gotten the better of Deathwalker in those exchanges. But we are going to see the Gold Fury start up by Paradigm, and we're going to see if they can take it. Trixtank is zoning out. Hopefully, Kalas will be able to get in here, but Trixtank's going to taunt them at the perfect time. But Paradigm is going to drop the Gold Fury and start this fight. Deathwalker is getting popped as thorns to stop the stop the brutalize from Cuvo Fred. Wolfie is going to take out that turret just to get access to that part of the map for free, and they're going to get ward coverage of that Gold Fury. Kalas is going to dash in right here, gets Trixtank with the taunt. Trixtank is going to respond with a root of his own, and Wolfie a curious leap over, but Ice Ice Baby is getting pressured out. They're going to chase. Paradigm is going to chase him back. And it looks like the fight for Gold Fury is over, and everyone is just going to go back to their lanes and farm. Cyclone's still down about 2,000 gold, but a huge double stun from Cuvo Fred. No follow-up, however. He is going to brutalize away to safety, and Wolfie is going to do the same thing, back to the safety of his Tier 1 tower. Xaylia is going to start up these right mids. We can see if Ice Ice Baby is going to steal them, and it looks like he did. Looks like he did take them away from Ice Ice Baby, but Xaylia is going to start walking him down and see if he can get some damage off on him. And Xaylia is just keeping Susano out of this fight completely. Wolfie is getting taken out by Cuvo Fred, but Cuvo Fred could go down. The war drums are going off, but Xaylia jumps in. He's going to get Wolfie. Athena ult is going to be no good as Wolfie dies way before Kalas' ult could get off. Ice Ice Baby is going to pick up Lobster in the backline, however, and Xaylia is going to lead this charge down, hopefully trying to get NBK. Beats out a Funballer, and he's going to look to see if he can catch out NBK on the retreat, but he's going to opt for this red buff instead. And a good trade for Paradigm. Oh, Funballer getting aggressive on Ice Ice Baby. Could this be a kill? He's going to hit the autos. Oh, he's going to pop the Aegis, and no kill for Funballer. Oh, he gets the kill anyway. And there's the rewind. And Funballer gets the kill onto Ice Ice Baby. A 4-for-1 trade. Mid laner for mid laner, but also loses. Cyclone also does lose their jungle, solo, and support. And that is going to be Tier 1 in the mid lane. And all the Tier 1s are down on the side of Cyclone GG. And that is a lot of map pressure for Paradigm to abuse. As you can see, these very aggressive wards down by the blue side back camps. And that is just something that you can do with the kind of map pressure that you have when you take down these Tier 1s. You have a lot more room to roam and a lot more room to ward and get vision in places that you couldn't beforehand. Cuvo is going to save the blue buff for Xaylia. Just a little nice favor. And we should see another big fight. If another big fight goes away or goes underway, then we should see a Fire Giant being taken. It's about 19 minutes. This is when teams are going to typically start looking for it. Not necessarily get it at the 20-minute mark, but this is when big team fights can lead to these big Fire Giant secures and big sieges down lanes, getting these Tier 2s, getting these Phoenixes, and then eventually ending the game. Deathwalker does get aggressed on. There is the ult from Cuvo Fred, and this is a dead Deathwalker. He is going to pop Thorns, and Athena is going to ult over to him. But it could... Oh, the meditation could be enough. Deathwalker gets Cuvo Fred, but Xaylia is going to be able to find Deathwalker in return. And a little bit of a rough gank attempt. Xaylia and Trixtank are going to be over here by themselves, 2-on-2. And Wolfie could go down here. No, he dashes out just in time with such little HP. But here is a fight. Funballer is going to eliminate Ice Ice Baby. And now they're setting their sights on NBK as seeing... Oh, there's the knockup. NBK dies right before he hits the ground. A little bit of a laugh taunt from Funball. And this could be, honestly, a tier 2 on the left side of the map here. But Funballer is going to be smart and go back. He does not have a lot of health, but he is going to leave Cuvo Fred by himself to push this tier 2 and potentially get it. The only two that are alive right now are Kalos and Wolfie, but Lobster is not going to opt for going to the tier 2 because Deathwalker and Ice Ice Baby just spawned, and they are going to go to this tier 2 right now in order to defend it against these minion waves. Good idea to back from Lobster. Now we will see a grouping, and Ice Ice Baby is very out of position right now. He is going to be able to get away because of the movement speed and the escapability from Susano. But that could have been a very, very bad situation. That pick could have led potentially to the Fire Giant, like I said earlier. And Kalos is going to have to dash out. Trixtank does have that Magi's Blessing, so we are going to see him in the front line tanking up any sort of CC that he can. And they are going to attempt to make their way down this tier 2. Little bit of poke. Does get the Magi's Blessing off of Kalas. Kalas does have the Magi's Blessing as well. And Trixtank is going to go ahead and get right away that. And now the Magi's Blessing is on. It's 70-second cooldown. I'm pretty sure it's 70 seconds. Trixtank is still up, however. Someone on Cyclone could try and get that. The quicker the better. Funball's beads are going to be popped here by Kalas. But Ice Ice Baby is in a lot of trouble. Meditation is good. He is alive. He is out. And Trixtank's ult is popped. But that is a free tier 2 in the meantime. And they are going to go to the Fire Giant. Paradigm. Looking like a free Fire Giant for Paradigm. Doesn't look like Cyclone have any idea, and if they do, then this is definitely free. Lobster is zoning in the mid lane by himself, or with Cuvo Fred rather, but MBK is going to spot this out, and Trixtank and Funballer are just trying to get this by themselves. NBK does ult, trying to find Funballer, but they are going to reset the Fire Giant smartly. Lobster is in a huge problem, surrounded by 4 people, and he is going to go down. Athena's going to ult over to vote NBK and taunt Xaylia as he was about to kill NBK, and Xaylia is also looking like a bit of trouble. He will go down, and a very good fight for Cyclone GG. A very good situational awareness. They realized that Lobster was pretty much by himself in that situation. They were able to take advantage of that, kill him, and NBK was allowed to do enough damage to Funball and Trixtank in order to make them drop the Fire Giant. Very all-around good play. NBK is going to jump in place, and that was not the play. He will go down to Cuvo Fred. Cuvo Fred gets the double, and he is looking down to take down Deathwalker. The stun is good onto Deathwalker. The body blocks are even better. Deathwalker trying to turn around and get Funballer. Pops Thorns, but that is no good. Cuvo Fred will get kill number 3, and just like that, 4 down on the side of Cyclone, and they are looking at the Fire Giant for the second time this game. Hopefully, it will go a little bit better this time. Trixtank is going to have to release that buff. He is going to go in zone. And he will catch Ice Ice Baby. Could this be a kill? Doesn't look like he has the damage for it, but he is not looking for the kill necessarily. He is just looking to stop them from getting this Fire Giant, and Ice Ice Baby is going to ult to try and keep himself alive. But Cuvo Fred is going to be here with the jump. or the Brutalize rather, and he will not pick up Ice Ice Baby. Ice Ice gets out just in time, but the leap is good yet again, and Cuvo will pick up kill number 4. And those were his only kills in these past few team fights. He did get that 3 kill down the mid lane, and then that was his 4th at 25 minutes. And that is the second tier 2 of the game. The second one taken down for Cyclone as well. And Paradigm are sitting in a very good spot right now. They can back, buy items, and then they can just push down this left-hand side, or they can just go for Phoenixes, whichever is best in the situation. After they push up these lanes. And Paradigm are in very good spot to take game number 2, although it was a lot closer than game number 1. Once again, we do see these aggressive wards coming out from Paradigm, and that has just been a testament to how well they have had this map control. They have been able to force Cyclone back by their back camps while they take things like the Gold Fury and the Fire Giant. Just look, they take this Gold Fury, Cyclone is just sitting in their base. They really can't do anything about it either. If they were to contest that Gold Fury, then that would just be suicide, really. And for what, 300 gold at this point in the game, when an enemy team has Fire Giant and they're doing Gold Fury, it's not really worth it to contest the Gold Fury. But they are going to get a little bit more confident here. They are going to move up to their tier 2, their last remaining tower this game. And Cuvo Fred is going to try and look for some sort of flank, or he's just going to push up the mid lane, rather. Azalea is going to get Magi's off of Kalos again, so that is another 70-second cooldown for that free set of Purification. And we could see some more aggression onto Kalos now that this is gone. Azalea is still sitting at the top of the player damage charts, although Funball is very close behind him, about 4,000 damage down. Ooh, Cuvo Fred taking a lot of damage. He is going to have to go back to the base. Lobster's going to throw out an ult. Not really sure what that was about. He did try and get Wolfie, but that was no good. The meatball is good, though. That's going to take Vote NBK down to about 40% health. He's going to have to go back to the base, although it is not a very far walk to make. Paradigm is going to be knocking down this Phoenix in a couple seconds here, but the taunt out of Kalos is good. Gets all of them off of the Phoenix, but the Phoenix still goes down regardless. Cuvo Fred is going to pick up Kalos and pick him off, bring him right into the middle of all 5 of these players. And they're going to set their sights on the left-hand Phoenix. Deathwalker is going to ult. Wolfie is going to ult on top of that. Not very much damage out of the ultimate, but Deathwalker is in the middle of 4 of them. He is going to get picked up right away, and Cuvo Fred is going to jump. Will he get MBK? No. The Aegis is good, and they're going to back right up, back to this Phoenix, and take that down rather quickly. And they are going to keep up this aggression? No, it does not look like they are. They are going to move over to the right lane, potentially, and try and get this Phoenix and maybe end the game. Oh, Vote NBK takes a lot of damage. He's almost down. Oh, he does get taken down by Lobster. This is Phoenix number 3, and this could potentially be the game. They are going to move on for the Titan here. Wolfie and Kalos are the only ones left, and there's really not much they can do. This looks like it's going to be game. 2,000 health on the Titan, and that is game number 2. Going the way of Paradigm, the 2-0 sweep. And Paradigm is sitting good right now in the standings after their two sets in week 1. Leave them with 4 total points, tied with Panthera right now, and hungry for more. Although they are at 6-0, or although they do have 6 points, they really haven't had the hardest sets so far. They did play Fantastique earlier today, and then they did play Cringe Crew yesterday, and that will put them at 6-0 as they did sweep both of those teams 2-0. But that is the end of my cast today. Thank you guys for listening. And again, if you guys have any feedback, tweet at me, put it in the comments, whatever. I would really greatly appreciate it. I'm having a lot of fun with this. And yeah, I hope to get good at this sometime soon. Hopefully I'm getting better. Hopefully there was at least a little bit of improvement from last cast. I'm not quite sure. I'd like to hear what you guys think. But thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with another one.